everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Miss English Podcast. I am your host, Socheta, and I am so incredibly happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Socheta. It is always a pleasure to be in the studio with you. Hello to all our listeners out there, wherever you are and whatever time it is in your part of the world.
Today's topic is one that is very close to my heart. We are talking about the idea that it is never too late. Never too late to change your life, to start something new, or to become the person you've always wanted to be.
That is a heavy but beautiful topic. You know, Socheta, I see so many people who carry this weight on their shoulders. This feeling that because they are 30, 40, or 50 years old, their best years are somehow behind them.
Exactly. I hear it all the time from my students. They say, "Teacher, I'm too old to learn English," or "I'm too old to change my career." It's like they have built a prison out of a calendar.
But the calendar is just numbers. Life doesn't move in a straight line for everyone. Think of a tree. It doesn't grow at the same speed every year. Some years it grows deep roots, and other years it finally breaks through the soil to find the sun.
Oh, I love that metaphor. It's about the roots. Sometimes the time we feel stuck is actually the time we are growing the most on the inside, preparing for a big change.
Precisely. But we must be honest. Change is frightening. Even if we are unhappy where we are, the unknown feels much scarier than the unhappy that we already know.
Yes, that's the comfort zone trap. It's like wearing a pair of old, worn-out shoes. They have holes, they hurt your feet, but you know exactly where they pinch, so you keep wearing them instead of buying new ones.
So how do we encourage our listeners to take those old shoes off? I think it starts with the realization that regret is much heavier to carry than the effort of starting over.
Thoughtfully, pausing for a moment, regret is heavy. I remember talking to a woman who was 60. She wanted to learn English so she could travel to visit her grandchildren in the US. She was terrified of looking foolish in class.
With empathy, that fear of looking foolish is the biggest dream killer there is. What did you tell her, Socheta?
With a soft laugh, I told her that the only people who will judge her are the people who are too afraid to try anything themselves. And you know what? She did it. She's there now, speaking to her grandkids in English.
Happily. That is a wonderful story. It proves that the brain is a muscle. It doesn't care how many birthdays you've had. It only cares that you give it something new to chew on.
So for our listeners who are feeling stuck right now, maybe in a job they hate or a lifestyle that doesn't fit them anymore, what is the first step? How do they begin the change?
With deep conviction, the first step is to stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. If you start today, you are already ahead of the person you were yesterday. You must give yourself permission to be a beginner again.
Nodding vigorously. Being a beginner is a superpower. It means you have the most room to grow. You have no bad habits in your new path yet. You are a blank canvas.
And let's talk about the why. When you want to change your life, you need a why that is bigger than your fear. If you want to learn English to get a better job to support your family, that why will wake you up at 5 a.m. when you're tired.
Absolutely. My why for this podcast is to help people find their voice. When I see someone find their confidence, it fills me with so much energy. It makes the hard work worth it.
But we must also warn them, Socheta. Change isn't a straight line up. There will be days where you want to quit, days where you feel like you haven't made any progress at all.
Softly. Yes, those plateau days. I tell my students that those are the days when the internal work is happening, like a bamboo tree that grows underground for 5 years before it shoots up 90 feet in a single month.
Admiringly, that is a perfect example. Patience is the partner of change. You can't plant a seed and then dig it up every morning to see if it has sprouted. You have to trust the process.
I am very guilty of that. I want results immediately. But I've learned that the best things in life, like a deep friendship, a healthy body, or a new language, take time to build.
To anyone listening who feels like they've wasted time, you haven't. Everything you've been through, even the mistakes and the years you feel were lost, have given you the wisdom you need for this next step.
Emotionally moved. That is so powerful, Mr. Saroon. Nothing is wasted. Every tear, every struggle, it all adds up to the person you are today, and that person is ready for a new beginning.
Warmly. So let's ask our listeners, what is one thing you've been putting off? Is it learning a language? Is it writing a book? Is it fixing a relationship? Whatever it is, do one small thing today.
Yes, one small thing. Not a giant leap, just a small step. Maybe it's just buying the notebook for your new class, or spending 5 minutes listening to an English podcast like this one.
Laughs gently. Precisely. Consistency is the key. Small steps taken every day will lead you to a completely different destination in a year's time.
With a sense of finality and warmth. We are coming to the end of our time today, but I want to leave you with this thought. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now.
With a peaceful smile. A perfect way to close. Remember, your story isn't over yet. You are the author, and you can start a new chapter whenever you choose.
Brightly. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Saroon. And thank you, dear listeners. Please share this episode with someone who needs a little boost today.
Kind voice. Goodbye, everyone. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself.
Cheerfully. Until next time, this is the Miss English Podcast. Keep dreaming big because it is never, ever too late. Bye-bye.